The new year is an age-old ritual, and for many, so is that dreaded morning aftermath, the hangover. It's also a time of year when a number of viruses are spreading. So with a guide on some common holiday health problems and how to manage them, let's bring in emergency medicine resident physician Neil Bhavsar from ABC's medical unit. Welcome. It's great to have you, doctor.
Hey, Whit, thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's talk about the hangovers, because even though it does seem like a rite of passage for some, remind us what actually causes the hangover.
Yeah, of course. There's a few things that can cause a hangover. It's quite multifactorial. So you have the dehydration that comes with it. I think most people notice that when they're drinking, they're going to the bathroom a lot more often. That comes with its headaches, the fatigue, and then you get this inflammatory response because alcohol triggers your immune system, which is why you might have difficulty concentrating the next day. And then you notice that your stomach's a little angry with you, a little upset, because the alcohol increases the natural acid production in your belly, and that can lead to the nausea and stomach pain the next day. And then finally, you get this sleep disturbance. Sleep is really big. It helps you recover, and alcohol takes away your deep sleep. And without your deep sleep, you're going to wake up more groggy, more tired the next day, and it's just miserable.
So obviously, we don't advocate, people going out there and overdoing it on New Year's Eve. Some people will. So let's say they're waking up the next morning, they're feeling this hangover. Given everything that you just laid out there, what are some tips, some things people can do to alleviate some of those symptoms?
Yeah, like I said, so if you are dehydrated, you want to get those electrolytes back. So you want to drink your sports drinks, your Pedialyte, just get nourished again. And then your stomach's a little upset with you, a little angry. So have some easy-to-eat foods like your toast, your bananas, your crackers that can stabilize your blood sugar and keep your stomach happy. And then, of course, you're going to have this headache. You can try over-the-counter medications to help dull the throbbing of that headache. And then, like I said, sleep is king. You want to rest, you want to relax. Try to sleep in if you can so that you can have that January 1st the way you want it to be.
So let's talk about something else, because we've been hearing about all these viruses circulating right now. Not only do you have the flu, you have COVID, other respiratory viruses and things going around. We're going to be gathering for big parties in large groups, and people are shouting and having a good time. How do you avoid getting sick?
Yeah. I think the best way to avoid getting sick would be to wash your hands. It sounds kind of silly, but 20 good seconds under a sink, soap and water, that's your friend. And if you don't have access to soap and water, you can use hand sanitizer, the alcohol solution. That's pretty good, but it's not as good as soap and water. It usually inactivates most of the viruses, so your flu, your COVID, your RSV, the common cold. Soap and water is your friend. Norovirus, you definitely need to put it under the water with soap, though.
Okay, great tips. Dr. Bhavsar, really appreciate it. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for having me.